and we'll start. So hopefully we get more folks joining in. So maybe they're celebrating. So, all right. So again, today we'll start with our face, work our way down. And like I said, we'll start with the chair exercises, then standing, and then laying on the mat. So, all right, let me see. I have an older computer, and that computer has a way better camera than my newer computer, which is kind of sad. But all right, so we're gonna start with kind of our jaw exercise. So if you guys remember that, we're gonna look down, open our jaw as wide as we can, look up, and then close our jaw, and we should feel that stretch here, right? Yeah, you guys got it. So let's do 12 of those. So you guys could go ahead and begin. And if you start yawning, it's okay. Really feel that stretch. I'm at 6 right now. 7. 9. 11. And 12. Okay, and if you just joined us, we're just doing the jaw stretch, so we could kind of work on our jaw muscles, our neck muscles. So right now we're gonna do kind of like the cheek rub. So again, try to get air into your cheeks like a hamster would, and then, or how they would have food, and then we're just gonna massage towards our lips, okay? So from about our eye line towards our lips. I'm gonna do this for about 30 seconds. You need to release the air, that's okay, and just get new air in there. Relax. Sometimes it could get a little bit sore around here, that's okay. I'm trying to stretch out that skin a little bit, work on those little wrinkles that we might have. All right, so now we're gonna go and do the same thing, but now we're gonna massage down, okay? All right, that could get a little bit sore around the lips, that's okay. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do some neck rotations. We're just gonna look left to right. Let's look left, right. Nothing crazy, we're just gonna do it slowly. Again, the goal of today's class is not to walk away from this class sore or too loose. We just wanna try to work on every or most joints of our body and the movements that they're supposed to do. Sometimes when we look left to right, it's in a sudden movement, and sometimes you can pull a muscle. Okay, so now we're gonna do like the turtle and kind of go out, back, out, back. I hear a little bit of a popping noise, that's okay. Like I said, if you guys do need the video link, just go ahead and leave your email address in the chat. do a couple more. All right, very good. Okay, and then so we did that. Now we're gonna do neck circles. Okay, so neck circles, you guys already know. We'll go clockwise first. So again, this is the class that I'm hoping we can get a second round of throughout the week, just because I think this is very important for our health. It's not always just about working out and feeling sore and getting tired and fatigued. Sometimes it's just using the joints how they're supposed to be made or used. All right, let's switch. It's already Wednesday. I remember as a little kid on St. Patrick's Day getting pinched a lot because I would forget. Silver and green. Oh, that's good. All right, let's just bring our arm, hold our head, and let's just stretch. Let's stretch on that left side. Let's switch. All right, now let's bring it forward and down. Let's have our chin touch our chest. Relax. All right, very good. So we did that. Now we are gonna be doing some, just bringing our shoulders towards our ears and then dropping them far back and then just bring those up and drop them. Like I said, we're gonna try to do as much as we can on the chair first. And then we're just gonna do, we haven't done this one, we've done arm circles, which we'll do after, but right now I just want you to go up and down, almost like if we're doing the shoulder raises with our weights, just up and down here. And now we got more folks joining in. I hope all of you guys are wearing green right now, because otherwise you get a cyber pinch. So, all right, very good. All right, let's just hug it out. So just kind of hug yourself as far and try to reach those hands as far back as you can. Nice shoulder stretch. Okay, very good. All right, now we're just going to do some, just almost like bicep curls, just working on that joint on the elbow, just to make sure we use it. Okay, very good. Okay, so now we're gonna, like I said, do as much as we can from this chair. So now we're gonna work our way down to our hands. And yes, I'm wearing green shorts. And so yeah, so let's work on our right hand. So we're just gonna kind of bring that wrist back a little bit, make sure there's no pain. Just kind of make sure it's moving. There's a lot of bones in our wrist, so make sure there's no pain. You could almost just twist it. Again, as long as there's no pain. And then counterclockwise. And let's just squeeze our hand tight and release. Kind of widen up that hand and squeeze. Release. We'll do about 5 of these. Squeeze. Release. And 2 more. And try to move every joint in your fingers. Don't just try to move like one set of knuckles. All right, and then let's just bring that inner thumb a little bit inside. So just kind of bringing that inwards. All right, let's work on our left hand. So again, just kind of bringing that palm towards me. All right, now let's make some circles. And make sure there's no pain. I reverse that, choose directions. All right, and again, let's squeeze and hold. Expand slowly. Make sure you're opening that hand wide and squeeze. About 5 of these. Last one. And let's bring that inner thumb inside and out. Very good. Okay. So we've done our hands, we've done our elbows, shoulders. We'll do more shoulder mobility. So now we're gonna move down to our legs, okay? So with our legs, we did some of these on on Monday. So right now we're just gonna do kind of like a march. So kind of like the high knee progressions that we do, but now we're just doing it in the sitting position. All right, good. Let's do some leg extensions. So leg extensions, I'm just kicking. And yes, I have green socks too. So everything green. Just doing one leg at a time. Just working on that knee joint. All right. So okay, now we're gonna do the left leg. It's just leg extensions right here. So you feel that quad muscle lengthening, shortening, contracting, relaxing. Okay. We're gonna be doing the piriformis stretch. So for that one, if you guys remember, you're just gonna bring leg this way here, and then just kind of lean towards it. You should feel that stretch in the piriformis, hamstring. Check the chat. Okay, I'll send you guys the video workout afterwards. Thank you for leaving your email address. It's one of my favorite stretches. Okay, now let's bring that knee towards our chest. Feel a little bit higher. Now I'm just gonna lean back a little bit and just make sure that I'm upright and I'm not leaning so much. Just stretch a little bit more on that outside glute. Are you sore from yesterday, Debbie? Yeah, I know, me too. What about the rest of you folks? You guys tired too? Zafina, Susan, Nancy? Maybe. All right, let's do the left leg. So, all right, good. I'm glad. All right, so, okay, just get in this position. We'll get comfortable first before we lean. We'll just let that lengthen a little bit. Okay, Susan, great, yeah. I think we're all sore from yesterday, so. Yeah, so I think, like I said, and like Josefina was saying that her doctor was telling her that, you know, we need like a hard day, then an easy day, then a hard day, then an easy day. So we'll try to follow that trend. Usually I'll do the same thing with my athletes. Because what happens, let's lean forward now. Let's lean towards that knee. What happens is, let's say we go hard on Monday and you become sore, and on Tuesday you're sore and tired, and I give you guys another hard workout, your body's not gonna move as efficiently. You might be limping because you're tired, you might not have that same range of motion. And what happens is, like I said, you start moving your body in a way that you don't naturally move, or that movement that's required. And sometimes that's what causes injuries. So that's kind of why we have these easy days in between. So, and the thing is that if you're here in this class doing these things, these movements that we're doing, that soreness, that lack of range of motion will kind of go away faster, instead of, you know, you just not doing anything today and just taking a day off. Because this is a day off, honestly. This is a recovery day. But people that aren't logging in, you know, they're resting, but they're not getting the flexibility that we're getting right now, or mobility. So, all right, so kudos to you guys. So let's hug it out. Let's bring out that knee. Again, leaning towards that knee still a little bit. It's all progression, so. For breakfast today, I had, I got a spaghetti squash, and I love those things. I mean, you cook one of those and you have it, like veggie pasta for like 8 meals pretty much. And so I had one of those, and let's lean back, straighten out. And yeah, so I just typically just cook it with, you know, I bake that on the oven, and then I boil some broccoli and carrots. And I love eggs, but I know the egg yolks sometimes could have a little bit too much fat or cholesterol, so I eat a lot of egg whites. So I just make an omelet or a mess with spaghetti squash, broccoli, carrots, and egg whites, and yeah, I love that breakfast. So, and if I'm really hungry, I'll make a quesadilla on the side with some skim milk cheese. All right, let's lean back. And then I have my lazy days where I just eat Cocoa Puffs. So Probably not the healthiest, but yeah, quick little meal. All right, let's relax. Make sure you don't hurt yourself. Okay, so now, yep, it's getting warm. So now we're just gonna work on some knee or some hip mobility. So again, we're gonna do circles. So I like raising my leg, and again, I'm moving my leg from my hip joint, not so much where my knee's at. So I'm going counterclockwise right now. Just gonna do about maybe 15 circles. All right, just rest. Let's do the other leg. Give that leg a rest. So now I'm going clockwise with my left leg. Just towards the midline. All right, now let's switch. Now we're gonna go clockwise, so towards the outside. Really making big circles, so almost exaggerating at the hip joint. All right, and then switch, other leg, big circles. Okay, just relax. Now we're gonna work on some lateral movements. So pretty much keeping our feet together, our ankles together. We're just gonna separate at the knee, okay? Almost like a clamshell. And hold for about 5 seconds and then bring it back. Hold. Back. If that feels too easy, you can have your hands here and press against your hands. Add a little bit of resistance. So my hands are pushing my legs towards the midline. We're gonna work on some knee mobility. So I just want you guys to try to keep your quad, your thigh straight and just try to move at the lower leg. I know it's hard to do. There's not a lot of mobility, but we do have tendons there that allow our leg or our lower leg to move in this manner. So we just want to make sure we work on that. Because our knee's not just made to move front and back, it's also made to move left to right. All right, switch legs. That's where this is, what's being activated here. It's the MCL and the LCL. So, if you hear a lot of injuries with sports, it's usually the ACL and the MCL. And that's the tendon that runs from the kneecap to the tibia and then also the medial side. Okay. Very good. All right, so now we are working our way down to our ankles. So let's focus on one ankle at a time and let's do the ABCs on our right ankle. So you guys go ahead and do that. Once you're ready, switch over to the other leg. Again, if there's any joints that are causing issues, just let us know. I feel like I forget my alphabet when I do this. Very good. Okay. And then here, I just kind of want you folks to try to grip the floor with your toes. So we're pretty much trying to bring our toes back, just gripping on the floor. Josefina, you're so far away from the screen. I can barely see you. Okay. All right, so if you guys could do me the favor and grab a golf ball or a tennis ball. We're gonna roll our arches out. If you don't have either, you could grab a water bottle. Water bottle works just as well too. So, or a can of corn, a can of beans, anything works well. So, all right, so we're just gonna roll out for about 30 seconds, doing the right foot first. Again, I like a golf ball because it's a little bit firmer. You know, a canned good works well. If your arch has ever hurt, you can freeze a water bottle and do this with it. You could switch directions too, clockwise, counterclockwise. Make sure you bring it close to your toes, close to your heels. All right, let's find a spot where it's a little bit tender. And then let's just push our foot right on it. All right, let's switch. So now let's do the opposite foot. Again, if you have a flat foot, this is a good, you know, kind of technique and exercise to help those tendons loosen up. Well, I mean, not loosen up so much, but, you know, just making them stronger. If they're really tight, this can loosen them up. Make sure you get every little spot of our foot with it. Okay, then once you found that spot, let's find a little tender spot, and then let's just press our body into it. I'm gonna use my other foot just to apply a little bit more pressure. All right, and let's relax. Very good. All right, let's take a little water break, about a minute break, get some water. Find your broom or your umbrella. We're gonna be doing the standing exercises now, or the standing stretches. So let's take about a minute. You guys are ready. All right, let's check. All right. So hopefully you guys can see me here. So again, now we're going to work on shoulder mobility, some elbow mobility, and then also some for our chest. So we're going to do the standing ones, and then after this, we'll get on the floor. So guys, if you guys have your stick, your pole, you're going to start. So let's go ahead and let's just go left. Just focus on the left side first. And again, the purpose of holding the pole is keeping our, our range consistent. So, and again, just try to increase the range of mobility as it gets a little bit warmer. Let's go about 30 degrees now. So 30 degrees front for that left arm, left shoulder. All right, let's go about 60 degrees. All right, 90 degrees. Bring that forward. Okay, now we're going to take it back. So now we're bringing that left arm back. Okay, so bring that left arm back. All right, now let's go right. That's good. All right, 30 degrees. Bring that up, 30 degrees. All right, 60 degrees. And 90 degrees. All right, now let's bring it back so that right arm comes back. Okay, now we're just going to swing it, just warm it up a little bit. We're here enough to rest those arms a little bit. Okay, now in front of us, so again, just our arms are rotating, okay, not our torso, just our arms. So our chest stays forward, our hips stay forward. It's only our arms moving. Yeah, I'm not doing this here. I'm not turning. I'm just here. Just all arms. Okay, up, above. Try to stay upright. Ooh, his arms are getting tired. All right, so now let's go ahead. Bring it behind our back. Grip it here, and then we're just bring that pole up and down our back. And then let's just go left to right on our back. All right, very good. We put the pull away for now. Okay. So that was mobility for our shoulder. Now we're going to do flexibility for our shoulder. Okay, so just going to bring that arm across. You could bring it up by your throat. So stretch it. And the switch. All right, let's bring that arm up, right arm up. Drop that elbow. Then we're going to push down on that elbow. Okay. So pretty much it looks like I'm getting this here. Pushing down. My left hand, I'm pushing down on my right elbow. Stretching your tricep. Okay, let's switch. So left arm up, drop that forearm, and then push down on that elbow. From that side. All right, so we did quite a bit for our shoulder already. So we're going to do just our regular trunk rotation. So arms up, rotate left to right. So now we are rotating our upper body and our torso. Let's do this now. If you turn a little bit more. All right, very good. All right, so now we're going to work our way down. So we do have to warm up our abs too. They can contract a little bit. So we are going to be doing ab circles. So we'll do 5. Let's do 6 actually on each side. So then cut across your left side, back straight, hinge at the hip, cut over, lean back, do a little pump before you go the other way. So let's do a total of 12, 6 on each side. Make sure you're breathing. Very good. Let's do 1 more on each side. This is it for me right here. All right, and back, this abs, a little bit. All right, so now we're going to go with some hip circles. So my favorite one, so wide stance, and let's go big circles, going clockwise right now. And if you hear some popping, it's okay as long as there's no pain. Because sometimes there are some movements that aren't really exercises, they're more stretches or mobility movements. and it could cause pain. So, like I said, if we do something that it's supposed to be relaxing and it's hurting, just avoid it. You can sit that one out. So I usually sit out the ones where it requires my left hip sometimes. It's all messed up. And let's switch directions. So doing circles. Yeah, this stretch is right now, it's just hitting all the tight spots of my body. It's really good. All right, since we're here working on that, let's work on our quads. So standing quad stretch. So grip right above your ankle and pull back. If you need to support yourself, go ahead and grab onto the table, to a wall. Yeah, I don't wear green that often, and I'm wearing everything green right now. It's my dress socks, my running shorts. Yeah, all right, let's switch. I was looking for a green hat, but no luck. Sure that quad is getting stretched out. Okay, this is a movement we will be doing tomorrow, but I do like it because it is mobility, but it's just the heels to glutes. So again, we're just going to do it about 30 seconds. It's pretty easy. If you have some mobility for your arms, you can throw in some punches. You can just tuck in your arms. Also bring them out. It's going to work on your back. If your back is a little tight, go ahead and do this movement. Actually, it feels pretty good. All right, just relax. And then right now we're just going to do a high knee march. We're not doing the skip. We're not doing the run. We're just doing the march. Just straighten that knee up. All right, we're going to transition to some standing lateral leg raises. So again, this is just bring the leg off to the side. You need to have, again, we're not working really on balance, but if you need to hold on to something on your left side, let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to work on that hip mobility going towards the lateral side or the outside, away from our body. And the switch. Just going to do about 10 of these, 10 to 12. If I say 10, usually means 12. Okay, very good. All right, we're going to do hamstring stretch. So you guys know this one. It's part of every warm-up that we do. So slight bend at the knees. Just bring our hands down our shins. Just reach. Yeah, reach a little bit more. Try to bring those knees back. All right, relax those knees and slowly come back up. All right, and the last one we're gonna do before we go and get on the floor to do some stretches, it's gonna be the deep squat stretch. So you're gonna just drop your hips down, separate your knees with your elbows, keep that back upright, that torso upright. Definitely sore on this movement just coming down upright. All right, let's get off our heels. It's going to allow us to be a little bit more upright. Drop those heels. And slowly come back up. All right, very good. All right, so now we're going to transition to the floor exercises. So before we do that, let's go ahead and grab water one last time. About a minute rest, and then we'll transition to that, and then yeah, we'll be done afterwards. So get some water. You guys are ready. Okay. Oh, actually, for this one, before we start, well, you're going to be on the floor, but go ahead and grab your pole. We're just going to do a stretch for our chest. Okay, so we're just going to be laying down. And then we're just going to have them be flat. And then we're just going to bring the pole up and over. Stretches out our chest. Do about 10 of these. Last one. All right. Okay. You transition to cat cow. So, all right, Maria. See you later. See you tomorrow. Okay, so cat cow. So elbows right below, or wrists right below my shoulders, knees right below my hips. And then we're just gonna go. Again, what I like to do is inhale on my cat position, exhale, going towards the cow position, okay? So let's do 10 of these for each one. We're gonna hold each one for about 3 seconds before we transition.
Last one. All right, very good. All right, so that's cat cow. So now we're going to do the puppy pose. So our legs, hips stay the same, but now we're reaching forward with the arms. Okay, and reach forward and then drop your chest, your shoulders down while keeping your hips over your knees. I'm just going to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds. Okay, stand back up. And then now we're going to do the rabbit pose. So for this one, we're going to bring our hips towards our heels, or glutes towards our heels, and keep our arms out extended, and then just drop that head, relax it, and extend those arms. Right, and set, relax, and now we're going to go and just sit. And we're just going to work on the scapula squeeze. So if you guys remember that, just kind of bringing your shoulder blades back. No way to do that too. It's almost having your elbows up here and trying to bring them back behind you. Or just picture a peanut in the center of your back and you're just trying to crack it with your shoulder blades. And again, we're trying to hold that position for about 2 or 3 seconds before we relax. So a few more. Very good. All right, we're going to go with thoracic stretch. This one, legs are just in that reset position that we start off usually. Then we're just going to bring our chest and our shoulders down towards our knees and our thighs. Okay? We're not reaching for our toes, we're just trying to bring that chest forward, our shoulders down. So you're taking a nice breath. Reach a little bit more. Reach a little more. Feel that on the hamstrings now, possibly. And relax. Relax slowly. Very good. So working on that. So go ahead and grab a chair. We're just gonna have it nearby for a back stretch. I have that chair here on the edge, my mat. And what I want to do is just almost like the puppy pose where hips were right above our knees. I want to keep that, but now I want to reach with my hands. It's like a puppy pose, but it's elevated. Okay. We're just going to reach, keeping your hips above your knees. We don't want to start bringing our hips away from that line above our knees. Just going to reach with our hands. Continue reaching. And relax. Very good. All right, so we do not need that chair anymore. Okay. So now we're gonna go and do thread the needle. You guys remember that one? So again, this lunge position here, we're just gonna start from this position. So my right arm is up, my left knee is in that lunge position. Bring that right arm through that loop, and then just coming back, resetting. So I want to do 8 of these. I'm gonna do 8 on each side. So helping with the flexion of our lower back and some side mobility too. Last one. Very good. Okay, so now I'm gonna rotate. So now my left knee is coming out. Oh no, that's right, it's the right knee is coming out. And then so now my left arm is up, and I'm bringing the needle back up. Three more. And last one. Very good. All right, awesome. We did trunk rotations. We did some hip openings. Okay, so now this one is going to work on our back too. The both openers. So this one I'm leaning on my right side. My legs are facing my right side. So what I'm going to do is reach with my left hand towards my right hand, and I want to open up like a book. Bring both my shoulders flat on the ground and reset it. Okay. So, and then when I'm at that, my shoulders are back on the ground. I'm looking up towards the ceiling, and I'm coming back. Okay, so let's do about 10 of these. Four. Like I said, this was one of our go-to exercises when it came to back injuries. Last one. Very good. Okay, now I'm gonna just rotate sides. So I'm gonna do my right side now. So facing right, or I mean, now my legs are collapsed towards my left side. Continuously movement. So we're doing 10 of these. Remember, your legs stay flat from that starting position. It's just your arm and your back that side is flattened out. Two more. Last one. Okay. And remaining on our back, we're going to do some leg drops. So again, for this one, my arms are going to be extended, come up like a crunch, and then I'm just going to try to drop my legs up to the side while keeping my hips and my lower back on intact with the floor. Okay, so we're going to do 6 on each side. So again, just control it. I think I have one more on each side. And again, if you guys need the workout link, just go ahead and leave your email address on the chat. And last one. Whew. Awesome. All right, so we did leg drops, kneels. Okay, so now let's face down. We're going to do like 1 or 2 more for our back. Okay, so we're facing down, pressing our hands next to our side, and then we're just going to push up. Just be in this position here where we're stretching our back. Again, make sure there's no pain. Try to relax, make sure you're breathing. And relax back down. Just rest on our elbows a little bit. It's a light stretch here. Very good. Okay, the next one we're going to do just some contraction with our abs. So remember, the way we can do this one, and we missed it earlier, is by, kind of exhaling all your air from your abs, from your abdomen, just exhaling, and then contracting that. So the way you can do that is just take a deep breath, and then exhale all that air out. Feel that getting a little bit tighter. Okay, we're going to do 10 of those. Ready? And again, so at your own count. We all might have different lung capacities, so some might take longer than others. About 3 more for me. Feel those abs getting tight. Want those washboard abs. Last one. All right, relax. Just kind of let that kind of sink through. Okay, very good. You guys got a little bit of water. Have about maybe 10 more minutes left. Okay. We're just gonna work on some leg stuff now. So again, that lunge position. Okay. Then we're just gonna bring that knee forward. So driving that knee from this position, just driving it forward. And we're just gonna lean here for that stretch of your hamstring. And as it's getting more flexible, you can lean a little bit more. Also might be stretching out your calf, your Achilles tendon. Relax it, just relax it, and continue again. Do it one more time. Maybe you can reach a little bit more this time. Reset. Let's switch sides. So I'm almost getting into this like sprinter race start position. So right here, again, knee right above the ankle, and then I'm gonna lean forward. Reset. And then reach a little bit more. Awesome. Very good. All right, we're going to do the 90-90 stretch. So just remember that one. Get the quad comes down in front of our hip. The lower leg goes out in 90 degrees. And then our back hip is going to be aligned again with our hip. And that lower leg is going to make that 90 degrees. And I'm going to keep my hand close to my side just so I can come upright. If I'm here, I won't really feel the stretch. If you're upright, you should feel that stretch a little bit more. On this side here. 90-90 stretch. All right, let's switch. And then 90-90. Stay upright. Make sure you get your legs in the right position before we start. And just stay upright. You're breathing. Relax. Few more. So right now we're going to do the kneeling sideband stretch. So starting this position here, kneeling, and then I'm going to bring my right leg out to my side. And then I want to kind of turn towards it and bring my chest towards that knee. Just really feel that stretch. That. Opposite leg. After this, we just have our calf stretch and we're done. You know, we don't spend too much time on our legs during this class, but if you guys remember, most of our cool downs for every class, besides this one, is usually our legs and a little bit upper body. So that's kind of why we switch it up a little bit. Relax. And like I said, last one is for our calf. You know, like we standing calf one. So having that chair next to it. Again, both my hind leg, both my feet are flat, and I'm dragging this right foot forward while keeping my hind leg flat. I really don't want that heel to come full or come off the ground. I'm just going to lean on the chair because I feel like that will stretch out my back half. So some people feel it on that first leg in front of you. You might feel that stretch there. But I feel it more on my hind one, so one is behind me. Again, you're only going to feel this if your legs are both flat on the ground, which they should be for this one. All right, relax. Let's switch. Keeping those feet flat on the ground. Five, four, three, two, one, and relax. All right, very good. All right, folks. Thanks again for joining. Again, happy St. Patrick's Day. How are you guys feeling? You guys feeling a little bit better? A bit loose?
Yes, a little loosey.
Okay, good. Moravia. Debbie?
You have great socks.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love these. I want these in a white elephant party. So, yeah.
5
Great.
pairs of those.
Thank you. Josefina, how are you? You good?
Yes, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Moravia. Again, thank you guys for joining. Remember, tomorrow's class is at 9 a.m.
Right.
It's cardio and core. Thank you, Nancy. I really appreciate it. So I hope you guys have a great day. You know, don't have too much green stuff. Well, I mean, green stuff is good, actually.
Cerveza after the group exercise.
Yeah, I know places have green beer, so yeah. So anyways, you guys have a good time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you're awake, not hungover at 9 a.m. So I'll see you guys. All right, you guys have a good Wednesday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye, Terry. Bye, Debbie, Nancy, Marielle, thanks for joining.
There we go.
All right.